What's up, guys? Welcome to a new video. Today, I've got the best prospects in the 2022 draft that you don't know. Starting off with wide receiver Alec Pierce from Cincinnati. This guy is really good. He's getting a lot of day two buzz, but no one really talking about him because he's not firmly in that first round discussion, and he's not up there with the top 6 or 7 receivers, but he is top 10 in my opinion. He's a really good receiver. If your team lands him round 2, round 3, be thrilled with that. He's a really good receiver. Justin Ross, a speedster, deep threat. There is some concerns with him, which is why he's not getting as much hype, which is why you probably don't know him. But I really would be watching out for this guy. Next up, Jeremy Ruckert, the tight end from Ohio State. So this guy's not getting the buzz because that Ohio State receiving core was so stacked. He was like the probably 4th target in that offense or less. Yet he still proved himself to be a worthy draft candidate. Great blocker, maybe one of the best blocking tight ends, and still got some decent receiving. Still can be a good receiving threat. Don't be mad if you pick him up late in the draft. Kellen Deesh. So this is, if there's one you've heard of, it's probably him. But he's not getting any first round buzz, and I don't think he should be. But he should be getting that early, mid, second round kind of guy. He's really good from Arizona State. I really like Kellen Deesh. Chris Paul out of Tulsa. So he's not getting the buzz because he's only the second best lineman out of Tulsa, right? He was overshadowed on his own team. But Chris Paul had a good Senior Bowl, actually, and looked good there. I really like Chris Paul. He's going to be a good pick for a team. Maybe even day 2, like late day 2 at his earliest, though. Jamari Sawyer, another interior offensive lineman. This is another guy who's just kind of overshadowed, I think, but I think after the first Zion Johnson, Tyler Linderbaum, and Kenyon Green, after those 3 interior guys, there's a cliff, right? You fall off a cliff, and Jamari Sawyer is pretty much where you land. Him and like Dylan Parham, the interior guy from Memphis. That's like the next tier of guys, and Jamari Sawyer's right there at the top, I think. Probably behind Parham, but still. Cam Jurgens. This is going to be a steal for someone round 4 or 5. He is one of the top interior prospects later in the draft. Not getting a lot of buzz. I really like him, though. Yeah, it's pretty simple. 8, Channing Kendall. This linebacker class is so deep and so good. There are linebackers in this class that you could pick up in round 3 that are going to be immediate starters. And it's a lot of positions are like that this year. People are kind of discrediting this class because it doesn't quite have the top tier talent, but the depth is really good. And Channing Tindall is one of those guys, an athletic phenomenon. I mean, he is really good. The upside with him is immense. Quay Walker, teammate. Yeah, both these guys are overshadowed by Nakobe Dean, right? He was the leader of that linebacking corps. But Quay Walker's the third one who we should be talking about. Another athletic, just freak, right? Both these guys, upside is there. I don't know who I prefer. Probably Quay Walker though, but it's very close. DeMarco Jackson, another late round linebacker. This guy's, I've been seeing some more and more people talk about him as more recently, but you need to know this guy. He is crazy good out of Appalachian State. That's obviously the reason that he's not getting the hype he should be. Sam Williams. This guy got injured during the Senior Bowl, so he didn't really get to see what he could do. Pretty sure he was a replacement as well for someone else who got injured. But I really like Sam Williams. I think he could go round 4, round 3. He's a good edge rusher. He is out of Ole Miss. Next up, Kirby Joseph, safety out of Illinois. So I just recently saw that TDN, the Draft Network, bumped him up on their board. Actually, whenever I was making this list, I was like, you know what? That'd be a good guy to throw in here because no one knows about him. And this safety class is shockingly pretty deep, I think. So he's one of those pieces you could pick up late and be a solid contributor. Finally, Matt Eraza, the punter, by far the best punter in this draft, and I think we could see him go as high as round 5. I really do. So don't be surprised if Matt Eraza is coming off the board fast, along with some other great special teams guy, Cameron Dicker, kicker from Texas, and I'm blanking on the name, but the kicker from Penn State. So yeah, that's my list. Remember these names, because if your team drafts any of these guys, they're getting a good player. Don't be surprised even if you haven't heard of these guys. They are good. So come draft night, be happy if your team drafts one of these guys. But that's all I've got today, and peace out.